All right, hi guys, welcome back to 234 in La Casa. Today I'm gonna prepare spaghetti. So we'll have spaghetti and garlic bread and maybe a salad, we'll see. So I'm gonna bring you all back and show you the ingredients, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See y'all in a minute. All right, guys, so I'm gonna start the spaghetti sauce with some butter in my pan or pot or whatever, saucepan. And so I can saute some onion and garlic in here. So that's about maybe a tablespoon and a half of butter. And I'm gonna add to that about 1/4 of a cup of onion. My kids do not like onion. I think I've said that I don't know how many times. So I'm gonna do about 1/4 of a cup of onion. This is about 1/3 of a cup. I'm gonna reserve some of it for something else I have to cook later. So I'm just gonna use about 1/4 of a cup. If your family loves onion, by all means add as much onion as you like. Mine just they're not into it. So I like onion, so I'm gonna add just a little bit in there and get them softened so that they don't quite notice them as much, even though I have one that she'll pick everything out of her spaghetti. So she notices it. She's very observant. That's a good thing. Okay, and so I'm gonna add some salt to that as well, so that to help the onions to sweat some. And then once the onions have kind of cooked here for about maybe 3 to 5 minutes, I'll go ahead and add some garlic for very briefly, because you definitely don't want your garlic to burn. And over here, I've already got my pasta water. It's not hot or anything, but I've already salted it so that I can put the spaghetti noodles in there. And like I said, this is the beginning process of me making my sauce. Okay. So I'm gonna leave that here, and then I'm gonna grab a skillet and brown the ground beef. Okay, y'all, so it's been about 4.5 minutes. And so that onion looks like it's sweating pretty well. And I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of garlic. I'm just gonna use the Spice World garlic this time instead of fresh garlic. And I'm gonna turn these onions down just a little bit because I don't want them to scorch. And you can add your garlic to taste. You may not like a lot of garlic. You may like a lot. So it's just, whatever you enjoy. Okay. All right. And I'm just gonna, like saute this for about a minute or two. And then I am going to remove the onion and garlic from the stove and start my, the ground beef. That smells really, really good. And I know some people like bell pepper in their spaghetti. So if you want to add, some bell pepper, with the onion, then you just do the same thing. You'd saute your onion and bell pepper together, and then add your garlic towards the end, because you don't want that garlic to burn or anything. And I want to make sure I get all of that garlic out of the sauce pot or stock pot or saucepan, whatever, so that it's not burning because I'm going to put my meat in here. And I'm using 80-20. Make sure I don't see any residual of garlic. I was going to put the 80-20 in a separate skillet, but I'll just do it here. And I'm going to put just a little bit of water in here. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I just did that just in case there's any little pieces of garlic. It'll kind of prevent that garlic from sticking or burning or anything like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and add my 80-20. And this is about 1.25 pounds. And then I'm going to add a little bit more. So it'll come up to about 1.5 pounds of 80-20. Okay. And you know what? I may add some more because this doesn't look like quite 1.5 pounds to me. It looks like it needs just a hair more. So I'm going to probably add some more. Let me go do that. Okay, I'm back and I've got the rest of that added. And so then I've got that added. I'm going to turn my eye back up and I'm going to go over here and wash my hands. I'll be right back. All right, and so I've got my eye turned back up to about medium high, and I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper the ground beef. And I'm not going to put a whole lot of salt, just a hair, because I've still got to, I'm going to season my spaghetti sauce, and so I don't want it to be overly salted. So I mean, it's just going to be just like, I mean, a minuscule amount. Okay. And then I'm going to add some black pepper. And we'll be adding more black pepper to the spaghetti sauce as well. So, but of course, like I've said before, you want to season to your own taste, okay? You don't have to season your 80-20 if you use ground turkey or ground chicken or what have you, or no protein, you know, just whatever. You don't have to season it if you don't want to. This is just how I choose to season ours. So you can kind of just decide if you want to season your protein or not. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook for about 3 to 5 minutes, and I'm going to put the lid on there, and I'll bring y'all back in just a second. Okay, so our protein is looking really good. There it is. It's still got some pink in there. So it just needs to cook some more. But like I said, I just use a fork to break up my ground beef or protein or what have you. I don't use a meat masher or whatever, and it comes out fine. So, but you use what you feel you need to use to get your ground beef or protein, you know, broken up in the size that you want. I know some people, they want their protein really big and big chunks of protein. My family likes it. I mean, the adults in the family, it doesn't matter, but the kids, they want smaller amounts of smaller sized protein. So that's one reason why I just try to get it as small as possible. And I make homemade meatballs, and they've been asking for those. So I'll have to do a video for those if you all choose to want to use meatballs for your spaghetti, or just meatballs period as a meal. You can have barbecue meatballs and rice, and my kids have had that, you know, before. Okay, so that's it. That looks good. I'm gonna drain the most of this liquid off, and put the protein to the side and start the sauce. And then when I get the sauce seasoned and everything, then I'll add the protein back to it. Okay, I'll bring y'all back in just a second. Okay, and so while your protein is cooking, you can go ahead and get your tomato paste. This is a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. I normally just use 1 6-ounce can, but I had a half a can of tomato paste in the refrigerator that I needed to use up. So so that would be 9 ounces right here of tomato paste. And it's not seasoned or anything like that. It's just your regular tomato paste. And so what you're gonna do while your ground beef or protein is cooking, you're gonna put your tomato paste in a bowl with water and mix that together. So I'm just gonna do that. Hopefully you all can see me over here a little bit. There we go. And you want to add about 2 cups of water to this, and you'll be able to tell if it's the thickness that you like. Some people like a more watery tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce. Some people like a robust, thick sauce. I am on the watery side. I don't like a robust, thick sauce because as a kid, when I was growing up, I would get heartburn really bad, and I had ulcers and all this. So the thicker sauces bothered me. So I'm going to go over and add about 2 cups of water to this. Okay. And so I don't do a lot of measuring. I do when I bake, but not when I cook. So this is about 2.5 cups of water. I've been cooking for a long time. So that's about, and it's going to get a little bit thicker as that tomato paste begins to dissolve, and I'm going to stir it. And so there you go. I'm going to check on the ground on the 80-20 on the protein and bring you all back and show you what that protein looks like. And then I'll show you the tomato paste and water and what that is looking like, okay? So I'll be right back in just a minute. And I'm going to make sure you all can see that, because I know I was stirring. So you see there's more in there, and it's odd. See, to me, that's thick. For me, that's thick. So I'm probably going to add another cup of water to this, okay? But if I do, I will let you all know, okay? I'll bring y'all back in just a minute. So I've drained that the fat off, and I'll show you. I left just a little bit of liquid. I mean, it's, you know, it's just not very. It's just a very little bit amount down in there. If you can see, maybe like a fourth of a cup. Maybe not even a fourth of a cup. Probably like more of an eighth of a cup. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my tomato sauce back to this pot. Okay. And I'm going to stir that some. And I'm going to add some more water because, like I said, it's kind of thick to me. So I'm going to go put some more water in here. Okay, and that's about a half of a cup of water. And I'm probably going to add some more. Because see, for that's kind of still thick, so I'm probably going to add about 2 more cups of water to this. Okay. And I may not add all of this, so let me just. And you want to have a little bit of the rendering from the 80-20 for your sauce, because you're going to add that meat, and you just want to have some fat content, just a little bit. It's just like if you were to use olive oil or something like that. Okay, I think I'm going to add all of it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that's the consistency. Now you all may not want that consistency. Okay, and that's fine. You want to just find the consistency that you enjoy, okay? And so to this, we're going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of garlic. And I don't, like I said, I don't measure. And you don't have to use 1.5 teaspoons. You can use 1/2 teaspoon. You can use a tablespoon. It's just whatever you want. So this is granulated garlic, okay? And then I'm going to add some Tony Chachere's. And I'm probably going to do like 1 teaspoon. Okay. Then I'm going to add some granulated onion. And I'll probably do like 1 teaspoon of that. And maybe like 1/2 teaspoon. And then I'm going to use some of the Poultry Magic by Chef Paul, what's his name? Paul Prudhomme. Okay. And that I'm going to use, it's going to be about 1 teaspoon. And it's really good. It's nice. He's from Louisiana. And let me see. I'm going to put about 1 tablespoon of basil in here. Let me make sure that's the right one. I'm going to do about 1.5 teaspoons of basil. Okay. And about 1.5 teaspoons of oregano. And these are parsley flakes. The label just came off. So I'm going to put about 1 teaspoon of parsley flakes in here, okay? Now, I normally use fresh herbs. You can buy them in a little container at the grocery store. But I didn't get any. So I'm just going to use the dried herbs, but you're welcome to use fresh herbs for your spaghetti sauce if you want to make it like this. The fresh herbs are very nice to use. And then I'm going to put some salt in here. And I'm going to start kind of turning this up some, because we're going to put the lid on it and let it cook for a while. and about a tablespoon of sugar. So I'm going to grab that. That was kosher salt that I just added. I'm going to put a tablespoon of sugar in there. Okay. And that's granulated sugar. And I'm going to put some pepper in there. And if if you don't like spicy or whatever, or what have you, and you don't want to use the Tony Chachere's, or let's say you use Tony's and the Poultry Magic, but you don't want to use any black pepper, you don't have to. Okay. Okay, and so to this, we're going to go ahead and add back in, add our onion and garlic. Okay. And our protein. And I'm going to stir that too. And along the way, because I'm going to let this cook for about 20 minutes. And see, do you see and so I may, let me just look and see, because I may not put that in there. So just let me check it and see. But you're going to want to taste your sauce to make sure that you don't need to add anything to it or what have you. But you can do that after the 20-minute process. You don't have to taste it along the way or anything if you don't want to. Yeah, see, I can see some back there. So I'm going to take this and drain some more off. Okay, and so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to give that to my dog probably. He has a pot of meat in the fridge, so I'll just add that to his meat. Hold on for just a second. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is stir that. And I'm gonna add our bay leaves. And I'm going to, since I have about, I think, 1.5 pounds of ground beef in here, I'm gonna put 2 bay leaves in here. If I had more meat, I'd probably put more bay leaves, but I'm just gonna do 2. And it depends on their size too. If they're really large, then I may just do 1, but I'm gonna use these bay leaves right here. So there's 1, that's a small one, and there's 2. And so since that one was so small, I'll just add another little 3rd part of a leaf. And you're gonna put the lid on your spaghetti sauce and allow it to simmer. Okay, I'm on medium. Okay, and just monitor it, make sure it doesn't boil over or anything, but it shouldn't on medium. And depending on the kind of pot that you have, you want to come and stir it periodically too as well. Okay. So I hope you all were able to see that, but yeah. Okay. So I'll be back with you all in 20 minutes. And in the meantime, I am going to go ahead and start my pasta water. Have that going. Take the lid off. And so when I bring you all back, I'm sure that this will be boiling and the pasta will be in there already. But anyway, so I'll see you all in about 20 minutes. All right, guys, so my water's boiling, and there's my sauce. It hasn't been quite 20 minutes yet. I'm gonna go ahead and add my pasta. And I think I've mentioned to you all before, we use the thick spaghetti, but you use whatever kind of pasta you wanna use for your spaghetti, okay? And I break my pasta in half. But I break mine in half because I have children, and so I'm going to use some more. And this pack was already open. It's a pound, I think. Yeah, it's a pound. And so it was already, I think I had used maybe like a 1/4 of it. All right, and then I've got another one, and I'm probably going to use maybe, let me look at my sauce again. I'll probably use half of this one. Or maybe more like a 1/3. It probably is going to be more like a 1/3. All right, and so then I'll bring you all back. There's the pasta, it's in there. I'm gonna get a fork and kind of fork it so it doesn't stick together, and then I'll give y'all a call. I'll bring y'all back in just a minute. Okay, y'all, so it's been a little over 20 minutes, and this is what we have here. And I have turned the eye off, and I'm going to fish out my bay leaves and get those out of there. I'm kind of old-fashioned. I don't know. It's like I'm modern and old-fashioned. Like, it took me forever to even get a cell phone. I refused to get one. I thought it was crazy. I was like one of the last people to get a Motorola Razor or whatever it was. Anyway, okay, so we've got those out, and then I'm going to get a tasting spoon. And I think it's just, I don't like a lot of gadgets. I don't know. Let me get a tasting spoon. Hold on. All right, so I've just put the bay leaves in the trash. I didn't have a spoon. I'm just going to grab a fork and see how it tastes. It's good. I'm going to add some more Tonys to it. And put this over there in my bowl. I'm probably going to add the rest of this Tonys in there. Because I like heat. But like I said, you don't have to add any more Tonys. It needed a little bit more salt is really what it needed, and heat. The heat is for me, but it needed some more salt. So you could have just added salt if you don't like heat. I like heat to the point I'll put crushed red pepper in my spaghetti. I mean, a lot of it. So I really like spice. So let me check. Okay, so the noodles are ready, and I'm going to go ahead and take them off the eye. And if you are the kind of person that likes to have your sauce on top of your noodles separately, you know, then you would just drain your water off, put some butter in there, and you know, ring it around with the butter, and your pasta won't stick together. You can also drain your water off, put some butter in there, like maybe half a stick of butter, and some garlic, and some parsley flakes, and some Parmesan, and put it in there. And that oh my gosh, those noodles will be so good. And then you put that put the spaghetti sauce on top of that. If you're talking about heaven on earth, it is so good. It is so good. But see, my kids don't like all that, but it's really, really good like that. But so I'm gonna just add my noodles to my sauce. I'm going to put some in a bowl for me and put the sauce on top and the cheese and everything so I can show you all when I taste. But otherwise, I'm going to add all those noodles over here because it's just easier for my kids. And so what I did, I grated some cheese. This is mozzarella, mild cheddar, and Colby Jack. My kids like to have fresh grated cheese on top of their spaghetti, so I have that for them. I have some kids that like just the Kraft Parmesan cheese. I have that here for them. My dad loves fresh Parmesan, you know, cut off the block or whatever. And so if you were here, I'd have that for him. My sister likes that the same way on her spaghetti. My husband, he likes the processed cheese on top of his spaghetti, and he wants his mixed in and then a slice on top, I mean, you know, and all that. And so then it will be here for him. But for tonight, I'm just going to do this. And so that's what's going to be on top of the spaghetti that I taste test with you all. So I'll bring you all back in just a second to taste the spaghetti. Okay, you guys, so I'm getting ready to taste the spaghetti, and I did add maybe about a teaspoon more kosher salt to this because it tasted to me like it needed a little bit more salt. So I did do that off camera, and I did go ahead and do my noodles like what I was saying with the parsley and the Parmesan cheese and the butter and the garlic. And then put the spaghetti sauce on top. And then this particular bowl, I've eaten some of it. But I put all the cheeses on it, including the grated cheese and some Parmesan. Okay, so I'm just gonna taste this on camera. And my TikTok is in the description box below if you want to see how I did the noodles with the butter and the garlic and the Parmesan cheese and all that. I put that, it's this little short video on TikTok, so you'll be able to see it there. Okay, let me see here. So there it is. And like I said, I've eaten some of this already. It's good. Let's see. Really good. Now this bowl, I didn't add the extra salt to, so I'm glad that I did go ahead and add that other teaspoon of salt. It needed it. If you have people that like Parmesan cheese on their spaghetti, you may not want to add that extra teaspoon of salt, or however, I think it was teaspoon of salt, because you know Parmesan is salty in and of itself. So it adds some more salt. So you want to take that into account when you are, you know, salting and seasoning your sauce. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go. My kids have got to eat. I would show you all how to make garlic bread, but I may just do another video on that separately because I've got some other stuff other videos I've got to do too. So I am so glad that you all joined me today, and I will see you all back here on another day. You make today fabulous. Give people lots of love. It's okay to say no sometimes, and it's okay to say yes. So just exercise that power of no. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see you next time at 234 in La Casa. And you all don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later.